Welcome to Critical Freak. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Josh.
Nailed that. I like that first time.
Welcome to Critical Freak.
No, you said say it at the beginning. I said it at the beginning. There was no wrong with
Yeah,
that.
no, you go.
There was no. I said. Well, I forgot what I said now, but that was all right.
Okay.
I'll do it again now.
So you go. No, you normally go. Well, VT or something.
Yeah, well, 2021.
Do what you did before then. Hello, I'm Tyler. I'm
No, we
Josh.
did Critical 3 thing first.
Welcome to Critical Freak. I'm VT.
Welcome to Critical 3. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Josh. I didn't even know you started. I didn't even know you started. You just went with it. You just went straight away. No countdown. You just went.
Josh.
Hello, Tyler.
We're actors. We get in the moment.
Yeah, well, I got to do that.
I was like Jared Leto in that moment. Then I just went with it.
The only thing he went with
was with the Angels. Spoiler alert! 180!
Definitely not the Joker.
Oh, mate, we'll get to that. Alright, right, 5.
Are we going to talk about the Joker again in this one? We can't do that. We've already done that. Right, go on.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Josh.
Welcome to Critical 3. 180! There you go, you got what you wanted.
That's some bullshit. Mr. Woodruff, have you ever used intravenous drugs? Have you ever engaged in homosexual conduct?
Homo. You say homo?
Yeah.
That's what she said, didn't you? You fucking kidding me? I ain't no faggot, motherfucker.
There's a bit of a delay there,
What was it?
well.
Welcome. I don't ever want to say it. The famous line.
No, we're not saying, oh, we're back and we're back. We're not doing that, all right? We're just, we're back and we're doing another video.
We're here.
And then you'll probably have to wait a good 6 months for the next. But it's worth it,
Yeah.
Just think of us as Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And, we're dropping a film once every 6 months,
Well, we surviving the pandemic. We're still here.
Yeah. God, think that. So you've just like basically watermarked this video now by saying pandemic in it. So now we're going to look back on this in the future and go, oh, those were the days.
Well, I'm not going to look back and go, well, those were the days, because
You're never gonna watch this video again.
It's been terrible. But we made it. We're here. We're doing a Critical 3 video, and I'll be honest, I missed it. Obviously, probably a lot of people that watch this don't watch my other podcasts that I do with my brothers, the STC podcast.
You never said you were plugging that. Right.
Well, mate, I'll give a little shout out only because I give them. I always shout out Critical 3 and I mention it every time we do one. And I've said for months now that I look forward to getting back. And I'm glad to be talking with you.
People go and sub to the three amigos that are Tyler, Cole,
Cyrus.
Just the three brothers. The three brothers.
Yeah.
So what's it? STC.
But mate, forget about that. I'm glad to be talking. I'm glad to be back here with you, mate.
Yeah. We have to get your brothers on here as well.
Mate, it's weird. Think we started this 2 years ago.
Yeah. Was it 2 years ago? I know our last video was like May of 2020 as well. Because obviously we did the Oscars, didn't we? And then kind of did like a bit of we're on a roll then, and we just kind of stopped it. But we're coming back before the Oscars this time.
Nice. Yep.
We don't know if there's going to be an Oscars.
No.
Like,
well, is even enough? Is there enough films released to do it? I would have skipped it this year. Like this.
Yes, there are. It's since last year, isn't it? Right, so since.
Yeah, but like Bond has been delayed 3 times. There's so much that it should have come out that hasn't come out. Obviously, the streaming services now, which is becoming massive, and HBO Max, so much which I'm sure in videos down the line we will probably talk about.
I'm trying to think what could be. We'll do a podcast on that. We'll do a podcast on the Oscars and what we think films would be included in that, because I don't think there's any nominees come out yet. So we'll have to see. I can't even think of a film that would be on it, to be honest. But yeah.
Anyway, tell him, Josh. I'll hand it over to you. Tell him why we're here. Why we're here today.
While we're here to entertain, mate.
Do your fucking job.
Right, we're here to basically talk about the reason why Leonardo DiCaprio didn't win the Oscar. So we were going on Oscars theme. I think we like the Oscars, don't we?
Yeah, we do like the Oscars.
I think it's, we do good videos to say that we're like little fanboys of the Oscars for some reason. Even though it's a corrupt little politics thing.
We moan about it every year.
Yeah, we moan about it every year, but still, we enjoy it. We enjoy it. But so it's always a conversation that comes up when we talk about Wolf of Wall Street and we talk about Leonardo DiCaprio and things like that, and obviously his Oscar win for The Revenant. It always comes up going, not for me, but for other people, they always make the argument, he should have won an Oscar before that. I should have won an Oscar for Wolf of Wall Street.
I agree.
So we kind of then, it kind of sent me down a path then to, really justify my reason behind why he didn't win the Oscar and won it for The Revenant. All right, that's what I wanted because I really like The Revenant. It's probably my favourite film, or it's definitely up there in the top 3 now. Right, so I really like that film. So when people come to me and say, he shouldn't have won it for that, should have won it for this, because they always seem to do that. They don't say, he should have won it for this also. They seem to say, swap it out. All right, no, because he was sick in that. All right. So anyway, I'm going off a bit of a tangent here, but the story is we're going to basically explore, the Oscars back in 2016. No, that was Revenant. That was Revenant.
Yeah, was that long ago?
It was before then. I can't remember.
Must be what, 2015, 2014? It couldn't be. It wasn't that long. Sure, it was only a year after, wasn't it?
I was looking at the Wolf of Wall Street poster to see if I had a date on it. But yeah, so anyway, so we're looking at that Oscars. The Oscars that the Wolf of Wall Street was, of course, nominated for, and it was nominated, and Leonardo DiCaprio was nominated for it. So at least he got a nomination. I think that's an achievement in itself anyway, isn't it? When you get nominated for an Oscar, it's always an achievement anyway, isn't it?
I think I'd love to be nominated for one. Frank, coming out next year.
Checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think, I don't know, where do you want to start, mate? Where do you want to start?
So kind of carrying off what you're saying, obviously, we've spoken a lot about Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant, and the Oscars. It is quite relevant. Like I said, we're in January. We are 2 years, it would have been 2 years, 2 days ago, that we released the Leonardo DiCaprio and our first video, talking about his films, going on why we like Leonardo DiCaprio as an actor, and again talking about one of my favourite films, which is Wolf of Wall Street. Obviously, Josh is really relevant. Josh will kill me to know I've still not watched The Revenant. But so we kind of go from Wolf of Wall Street, which I believe he should have won. No, the Wolf of Wall Street, which he should have won the Oscar for.
No. Hold on, because you were saying something different. It's The Revenant. You were saying like you were starting to say Renovation, I think. Or were you saying Revenant? I heard Renovation.
No, I thought I'd definitely.
You were going to go on to say, it's the Renovation. It's about like a house.
I can't pronounce my R's, okay? But no.
It's alright, man. No, that's cool. Hey, Renovation has still got an R, so you can. I still picked on the R, mate. But,
Renovation.
Cool. The Renovant.
Well, I think I was going to say, but I think I was leaning to Relevant, but it's Relevant. Is it Relevant? Revenant, that's it. Revenant. Anyway, we've lingered too long on this bloody Revenant film. Right, go back to Wolf of Wall Street. Right, I said it should have won the Oscar, as Josh said earlier. Now, the film and the actor that did win the Oscar for best actor.
So yeah, just before you move on to reveal who did, if you haven't googled it already, all right. I think the first mindset we had when we were looking at why was what was his competition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then we looked at that, and then of course, go on. Who was it? Who won?
Okay, so it was Matthew McConaughey.
Drumroll.
Yeah, I almost did. I thought I was going to do it. So yeah, it was, which also he also was in Wolf of Wall Street, which is which is quite unique, quite funny. So yeah, it was Matthew McConaughey that won it. Yeah, exactly. And Josh come up with a great idea to go and watch Dallas Buyers Club, which I haven't watched. And Josh, correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, you've not watched until recently. However, our good friend Liam, which has also been on Critical 3, and I'm sure you know by now, very much.
And Jack, actually. Jack loves it as well, doesn't he? Which he was on Critical 3 on the first Oscars that he did.
Yeah, and obviously both of them very much love the film. Me and Josh missed that. So I watched it yesterday. So it's very fresh in my mind. So yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll just talk about it. We're not going to categorise it. I think we'll just talk about it. I'm going to say this basically. It's a film about a man who has AIDS. Who has AIDS. At the time, the AIDS was very fresh.
In 1980s, in the 1983, I want to say the year was, like the first year.
Yeah, it was early. It was very. I'm not sure. It was, they said it was very early 80s anyway. But
it was like when, you know, homophobia was huge, and it was believed that the only way you could get AIDS is through having intercourse that way.
Yeah.
It was like, so obviously if you know, this guy who's, you know, who Matthew McConaughey plays is a straight character, and then discovers he has AIDS.
Yeah.
And then his mates kind of rip him for it, don't
they?
Yeah.
So before we get into it, in a nutshell, in a nutshell, the film is just about a normal man who gets AIDS. At the time, the AIDS was very seen as a gay thing. You can only get it through gay sex. And obviously there was no medicine for it. That is it. There's nothing really that unique. I think apart from it's a true story, because they mentioned a bit at the end credits.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's
I don't know if it's.
It's either based on a true story, or based on true events. So that's that. Apart from that, it's nothing. It's just a film about a guy with AIDS. But, however, looking at it from an actor's point of view and a piece of art, and just as a film in general, and the performances was just absolutely outstanding. Like, if it wasn't for the two main people, I don't think I would have enjoyed the film. Because, for the simple fact, it's just about a man who has AIDS.
Yeah, it's definitely a sense of dedication that they both put towards the role, isn't it? Like, it was quite clear, Matthew McConaughey is already a slender guy, but it was quite clear that he did put a lot of effort into dropping weight drastically for it, because obviously it's one of the key things. Now, obviously, Freddie Mercury had AIDS and died from AIDS, didn't he? So, and of course, you know, if you want to look at an example, I guess, of somebody who went through AIDS and died of it, and then what it does to your body, that's a prime example of it. You know, Bohemian Rhapsody touches on it towards the end, but what it doesn't touch on is the end years, the late years of Freddie Mercury's life, isn't it? And how he looked like very. You know, just bones. Just bones.
You're right, Josh.
Which is...
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just want to go from there before we moved on, in case you moved on, is go and watch the music video that these are the days with Freddie Mercury, and you see the effect that AIDS had on him, how thin he was, and also the reports at the time that he was so thin that he struggled to stand while filming that. So he had a little thing that he would use to hold on to that was off camera for him to stand up, which again, how true that was, I don't know. So it was in the documentary, but yeah. So again, that's a great example. Go and watch that to see what effect AIDS does. But yeah, Josh.
So then for him to bring it to the role in the way that he did, and yeah, just the way that he did, that it was as real as, you know, an actor, because, you know, it's all acted out. So as an actor can be close to, you know, looking like he's got AIDS, because that's what he's basically trying to do, isn't it? Act the fact that he's got AIDS. So to obviously, there's many actors that have lost weight for roles, isn't there as well?
Oh, well, you've got obviously the Christian Bale.
Bale's done it a lot.
He's a prime example.
So it's always impressive when you see it. I think.
Yeah, it's
when that's lose weight or gain weight or.
well, yeah. Again, Christian Bale with the gain weight as well. But I look at Vice. But again, going back to Matthew McConaughey, like, you know, in this, like, it's such a great performance, and I've not watched hardly any of Matthew McConaughey's. I'm not gonna say his name by the end of this video. I've not watched much of his films, and I at one point through the film, I was sat there thinking, this must have been so mentally and physically challenging to drop that much weight, because you can imagine the diet. The man must be going to bed starving. You know, and obviously that must have helped, especially on the harder scenes where he had to play up the illness, because, you know, like, I think the bit that really, where I had to take a second look, I had to pause it, I had to even rewinded it, is near the end is the court scene. He's got his hair combed. I think that in that film, that is him at his thinnest. He looks so ill. It's unreal.
Yeah, and I think that's something that, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's something that hasn't happened, where throughout the film they've very much differed in weight.
He differed.
Because I know, he differed in weight,
in
didn't
slight
he? So
parts,
obviously, so obviously he had AIDS, and then he kind of went to this. He went to Mexico, didn't he, and got these drugs, and then he kind of got better. So then he started to look better.
His system built.
And then, like you say, towards the end of the film, then he started to deteriorate that a little bit more again. So he kind of, you know, himself in his body is had to go right down to come slightly back up, to come right back down. Obviously, we don't know the order in which the film was filmed, I guess. Whether it was filmed in chronological order, I wouldn't imagine so.
I wouldn't have thought so.
I think that'd have been too taxing on his body to, you know, in the space of, you know, 6 months or whatever of the film process you had to go up and down. So you'd imagine they would have done it, but still, you know, to manage that is very, very impressive.
Yeah, no, definitely. Again, Josh, what were your first thoughts as soon as the credits hit? What were your first thoughts?
I just went, incredible film. I just went, there's no question about it then why Leonardo DiCaprio didn't win, because there's so much dedication to the role above and beyond, I feel, what Leonardo DiCaprio didn't do for his role, I guess. Obviously, they're different roles, so the role can definitely help with you winning an Oscar, can't it? For sure, of kind of what you have to put into the role.
Yeah.
Of course, I've always said that, of course, the image that Leonardo DiCaprio plays in Wolf of Wall Street is very much himself in respect of his look. So he hasn't really had to do anything different to his look.
Physically wise. Yeah. See, this is what I'm going to say is that the Oscar was for best performer, not best picture. So yeah, Matthew McConaughey deserved to win that, because as see, this is what people forget, and even I forget sometimes, and I think even as an actor you can forget, is that it's acting. You can take on a role, and you can sometimes forget that the role that you're playing is not you. You're building this person. You are becoming this person for the sake of a job, a role, or for anything, for a performance. And that it's so easy to get lost in it and remember that, you know, that this person isn't you. And to say that Matthew McConaughey, obviously he took that to an extent that was, you know, like I said, just physically and mentally, it would have took so much dedication and work and preparation and talent, because it's not easy. Mate, I've been trying to lose weight for God knows how long. What's his secret? You know what I mean? So for that kind of thing, he deserves the Oscar. Now, I'm going to say this early on in the video. Is it a better film than Wolf of Wall Street for me?
Oh, the film itself?
No, it's not a better film for me. As preference, I prefer Wolf of Wall Street, but I think Matthew, again, deserved the Oscar more than Leonardo.
Yeah, exactly. So when I was referring to the film before, and I was talking about the difference between Leonardo DiCaprio, I was talking about not necessarily a film can help. I didn't mean that. I meant a character can help win you an Oscar, can't it? And what dedication that takes to play that character in particular, which is, you know, going back to The Revenant, because that's what he did win his Oscar for. Again, in that role, he had to lose a lot of weight. He had to physically transform himself in The Revenant as well. So, I think.
So is he copying?
Especially the Oscars.
Is he copying Matthew McConaughey?
No, no, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the Oscars. It doesn't just look at what the film is and, of course, how it's acted. It also looks at the dedication it takes to play that role as well. And that you were talking, it must be really taxing on Matthew McConaughey and on Leonardo DiCaprio to play the Revenant and lose the weight and things like that and get that dedication to the role. So I think, that's a massive part that plays to them both winning the Oscars for their roles that they played in a similar vein of, weight loss and such, and their appearance that they gave off.
Exactly. Exactly. And I said, even the recovery process, you're still working. When you think about it, when the cameras have stopped rolling, he's going to have to recover. He's going to have to put the weight on, become healthier. Obviously, you're going to need vitamins and stuff like that, because he would have been so low on it as well. And then, obviously, again, the mentality side is going to have to... And again, a lot of actors said this, is you put the character away, in the sense. Like, you take off, the outfit, you put it in the closet, and that's it. You leave it, you're done. In case sequel. But, what I mean? There's something like that, something so... and it's weird because it's I'll be honest with you. This is probably the most serious I've ever been in a Critical Through video. Like this is really serious for us and even for me.
It is, yeah, but it's a good topic. Insight
So go on.
Serious topic, and it's an insight into the acting world, isn't it? Rather than just we're looking at an individual performance that I don't think we've really touched on, like an individual actor's performance in something. No. Obviously, we've done our actor specials, but they've always just been about how good the film is, but not necessarily how well they played the role in that film. Which now we're touching on, because it's actors winning the Oscars, not the films winning the Oscars. We're having to touch on details that the actors have done, isn't it? The film. So it's good. It's good. It's like you say, it's different because we haven't done it before, and it is a much more serious thing because obviously we've both gone to college, we've both done acting, our whole life.
And I think it's good.
For like that, it's good.
Yeah, no, it's good, and I think it's one of those as well where I think like I say, it's just so easy to forget. For the audience, people watching this as well, is like if you like performing, any of you watch this, I'm sure at some point in your life you've performed anything. If that's even making like a video, a Twitch, singing, playing an instrument, you do lose yourself in that moment. That's kind of what I'm touching on. Obviously, with the Oscars, that's what you're rewarded on. That is how you win it, by convincing everyone of that moment that you're in. Now, obviously, again, just kind of moving on, going on a bit more into the film. Josh, I want to... What was your favourite scene in that film? Was there any moment that you watched it, you just went, shit?
I think my favourite scene is probably the first scene that Leonardo DiCaprio... the first scene Leonardo DiCaprio joins him.
Fanboy.
Jared Leto, sorry. Jared Leto joins him. The first scene, so where they're in the hospital beds, and he invites him to play cards, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Well, actually, more than that I've seen it. But he invites him to play cards, and obviously Matthew McConaughey, his character's initial response to that is, no, you look weird, like you're different. You're different, I guess. Yeah, and in a blind ignorance.
Yeah, it's very anti-gay. Like, I'll be honest, I'll say it. If I offend someone, whatever.
It's homophobic.
Yeah, they're very homophobic. It's set in that period. Yeah. There's a lot of there's gays were get back. The gays were seen as a lot of things dirty, and and it plays on that. I said the film's about a man who AIDS, but at the same time, and this is what I love about Jared Leto's character as well, and even kind of how it's filmed and how they do it is that, and Matthew McConaughey is kind of how he is towards gay people, is that like he hates gays, and it chucks it in your face that we don't like him, we're going to call them names, and they are harsh on it, but it also shows that the people, they are normal people.
But it's just the blind ignorance that he brings to it in that specific scene, and of course then later down the line, he actually to sell the drugs that they acquired, he has to go to gay bar essentially, isn't it? And he's stood there or sat there in the corner, in his ignorance, and then realizes when he actually looks up and looks around that actually it's not really any difference to a normal bar. It's just people of the same
sex,
or the same thoughts and things like that all in one place. The same as when you go to a sports bar and everyone in there likes sport. It's the same sort of thing, I guess. So, just all, not in a weird way, but it's just all coming together in unison and just having a good time. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. So I think he looks up and he sees that and he goes, you know what, it's all right.
Yeah, kind of. I see what you mean. I think it's more. I think it's more that
it probably sounds worse.
He puts it on a pedestal at the beginning. Being gay is this monster creatures thing. It's disgusting. And by the end of it, is that it's just normal people that like blokes. They're nice. They have feelings. And you can still look out for one another. Just because gay doesn't mean that you have to be, an arsehole to him because. Like I said, let's be honest, it kind of saved his life for a bit longer, kept him going.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the story is very, very good, isn't it? In a general, about
because
obviously it's something that I didn't know that the type of drugs and things like that, and then I can't really hear myself. Then really the what the government were doing with the drugs in the hospital, and what's the drug where they have to test the drugs? The FDA.
Yeah, I want to say AMT, but I could be wrong. Is it AZT?
Yeah,
AZT.
Something like some initials or something, and they're the people that test the drugs and allow them to be distributed in the country, and they were refusing these drugs. So obviously Matthew McConaughey's character goes and acquires these drugs where they're legal, which is in Mexico or Colombia, Mexico.
Yeah.
One of the two. South America anyway. And, and realizes that actually does help. So he gets very, very annoyed with that, these are helping, but they're stopping it in the country. This organization, essentially the government are stopping it. And there's that whole thing, isn't there? With, the media then gets involved and things like that.
Yeah, like I said, it really does show kind of what was happening around that time, and it questions the fact as to go that the drugs that you was given would have given me 30 days. The drugs that I can get have given me 3 years. It's not going to cure it, but I would rather have 3 years than 30 days, So it puts a lot of that in perspective. And like I said, kind of going back to Jared Leto, we'll touch on his character now, like his performance, and again, Josh seen his introduction. It's brilliant. It's so good. And again, I've never watched or did anything with Jared Leto apart from Suicide Squad. Obviously, we're going to mention Joker, of course, Elephant in the Room. But I've never watched him do anything else. I've never watched really any of his own performance.
I was going to say, I don't think I have.
I've even keep thinking of watching American Horror Story just to see him in that. He's only in it for a few minutes. But he's so good. I'm just going to speak to him about it. Right? His dedication to that role was great. Like just the way you could tell he was lost in it. And throughout watching the film, I was watching him and I believed him the whole time. And I even sat there thinking this guy could play anyone. He could play, because you'd get so lost in it. And he could play a serial killer that either dressed up or like Dressed to Kill, like Brian De Palma. They could have remade that with him. That would have been fantastic. I'll be honest, I was sat there thinking this guy's a good actor, but because I watched Suicide Squad and I've seen him as a Joker, I was there thinking, how can you be so good in this, but so bad at the Joker? But I never sat there at one point thinking he would be a good Joker. I thought this guy could play any role in the world, but I would never have put him as a Joker in that role.
Yeah, what'd be interesting is to find out if for the role in Dallas Buyers Club he did, because supposedly what he did for
the weird stuff.
Suicide Squad was like method acting, isn't it? Essentially, a form of method acting he did, because like you say, he was playing the role outside, and when he come on set, he was the Joker, and there was no Jared Leto. And Will Smith, I think it was, said in an interview that throughout the whole filming of Suicide Squad, he quoted it as, I never met Jared Leto, is what he was saying. So it'd be interesting to see if that's something that he brought into this role as well, or whether he didn't do that, and that's why it was better.
Yeah.
Because it's, maybe he used for this role in Dallas Buyers Club a different acting style, and then, not to, of course, bring, Heath Ledger Joker into, but obviously we know that that's method acting, or method acted. So maybe Jared Leto found that, he did it so well, let me try that. And that was his first time doing it, perhaps. But obviously, it'd be interesting to research that. I didn't actually think of that.
From what I know of Jared Leto, he is a method actor. He isn't a method actor. Again, from what I know of Dallas Buyers Club, I think there was a lot of time that he did the cross dressing and stayed in it to be it. Like he's done it. I think he's done it once, twice now. Yeah, from what I know, he is quite good, but it irritates. It irritates me because I love his performance in it, and his kind of relationship with Matthew McConaughey's character. The chemistry that they have, and even his presence. He's got a great screen presence, and that's something that, again, I know it's different. Kind of going on to a Joker. Even in a comic book, the Joker has presence when he enters a room. And Jared Leto he didn't have any of that, and obviously I'm not going to talk about his performance in Joker, but it is sad when you've got that, and but yeah, it was just great, and he even has a very warm, heart touching moment near the end.
Maybe it's good that you didn't watch Jared Leto in this before you watched Suicide Squad, because maybe you would have been more. You would have anticipated his performance in Suicide Squad as the Joker more. That makes sense. Because of how well how well he did in Dallas Buyers Club. Yeah. Essentially.
See, I think if I watched it before, I might have been more excited. I might have been more excited, thinking, okay, I'm not sure what he's gonna do, but he's a good actor.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
But like I said, I hate everything leading up to all the pictures and tattoos. I've really gone off that joke. I'll be honest, when I watched it, you can slate me for this. She was like, oh, he's actually quite good, actually. And at the time, it was a different take, but no, it's bad. But it's weird, kind of going on that point. Now I've watched Dallas Buyers Club, I want to see what Zack Snyder's going to do with him in Justice League. Has he changed him enough for him to be... okay, that was a nice little joke, or no, mate, exactly the same as before. Bring back Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether you could now that he's acted as a Joker in Suicide Squad. I don't think you can really change the Joker that much that it would improve that Joker, because I feel like, you know, like you say, and you said it yourself then, that leading up to it and the build up to it, just, you know, not seeing the performance, but just looking at the Joker and at the image that the Joker created, you just weren't excited for it in any way.
Do you know what? We'll have to have... I don't want to discuss it. We'll have another video after discuss it. I've got quite a few things to say on it. But yeah, going back to Dallas Buyers Club, it's a great film. I'd recommend it. I'd recommend it.
You can watch it on at the minute. It's on Amazon Prime. Awesome. I just want to put that out there. So if you want to watch it, it's on there. Okay, cool. It has been on Netflix as well. So obviously they tend to rotate on it.
And on that note, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Amazon Prime. Not joking.
Well, no, but obviously, you know, we've got to tell people where it's at.
Exactly.
I'll mention. All right, so here we go, right? So it's on Amazon Prime, but don't forget you also have other streaming services available, such as Netflix, such as Sky Cinema, Now TV, things like that. So make sure you go and check them all out. But at the moment, the film that we're discussing today, Dallas Buyers Club, that is on Amazon Prime. Thank you very much. Is that all right?
That's all right. I'm gonna have that beginning video. Nice little advert there. You know, but there won't be a skip button. You gotta watch the full thing, won't you? But yeah. So yeah, I like, mate. It's a great film. It was worth the performance, and I can't really praise it enough. And I think we could spend hours sitting here dissecting it, but it wouldn't be very good entertainment.
No, for sure. I think we could definitely go on more to talk about it because there's a lot to talk about in the film. But I think we spoke about the main things, the main themes of it and things like that. And of course, the main thing we came here to do was just talk about the acting in it. So we've done that. So it's been a success.
Yeah, I do have a question for you though, just before we do wrap up.
Go on.
If that film did not have Matthew McConaughey in it, but was more about Jared Leto's character, and he was kind of the main thing, would he still be Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you know what, Josh?
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you there. It is
because again, and again, it's about the differences he made to himself as well, which the Oscars like.
I was sat there watching them both, thinking, who's doing it better? Who because it was like they were competing. Who's doing it better? Two different characters. Who was doing it better?
I think there was the controversial thing that Jared Leto didn't win supporting actor.
Okay. So we're gonna have facts. We're gonna check facts that guys.
Let me just Google this because that would actually be very, very interesting. He did win. Sorry, no, he did win it. He did win
both
it. My
of them
bad.
picked it up.
For some reason, I had in my head that he didn't, but he did win. Best supporting actor. Yeah.
So do you know? I'll be honest. I've not enjoyed the film. Probably actually no. I'm hyping Dallas Club a bit too much now. I was gonna say I've not enjoyed the film that much since The Green Book, but I think I do. I love The Green Book. That's a great film.
Oh, Green Book's very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, but you say that though. But there's been so many films since that point.
No. I'm just saying I've not because I didn't know. I knew nothing about it.
Okay.
I went in blind. Yeah. I said I've not enjoyed something like that. Doing it like that.
Yeah. What about Parasite though?
Yeah, that was really good. But I knew.
We went in blind for that though, completely, because we didn't know what it was about.
Well, I knew it was Korean film and stuff. But yeah.
Oh yeah. What?
I knew something.
What?
But yeah, I know what you mean.
You knew Dallas Buyers Club was an American film, mate. Well, that doesn't make any difference, does it? You still don't know what it is.
Yeah, no.
I think I won't talk about that. I was going to say the trailer kind of kept it in the dark for that, but yeah, we won't talk about that. I don't
Although, kind of just nipping it on the streaming service, Disney Plus are getting a lot of fantastic films on their streaming service. We're talking Tom Hanks' Bachelor Party. We're talking, like Deadpool and loads of other stuff. And there's in the film, it's The Favourite, that I've still not seen, and I want to watch it. So I might have to give that a watch.
The
Favourite's coming on it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Because now, so it's called Disney Plus, but then it's not going to be Disney films.
Disney own Fox and everything else, don't they?
Oh, okay. Well, that's film 4, I think.
Well, either way, they own a lot of bloody things. But what I'm saying is, you've got HBO Max coming. Disney are gonna want to slice that pie. And they're gonna mate. I've got the list. Right, it's just absolutely insane. Some of the stuff.
But HBO Max is available in America at the moment, isn't it? But not in the UK.
But Disney Plus is coming to the UK before, obviously.
Well, Disney Plus is already in the UK, mate. That's how you watch Mandalorian, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. But right, so you've either got TV shows, right? They've done Family Guy, Cleveland. They've got all the Die Hard films.
They got Simpsons on there already.
Yeah, so you've got Family Guy, Simpsons. Mate, there's loads. There's just X-Files. Deadpool, Prison Break, all the Die Hard films. Like, it's just ridiculous. I can't really pan out. Yeah, 24. You're gonna have all that on it and everything. So it'll be interesting to see.
I know. Yeah, that's why they put the price up.
Oh, is
well.
it?
Gone up to $7.99 now instead of $5.99.
It was a good thing my dad paid for it.
Netflix have put it up as well.
Yeah, I know it's cost me.
Price up. No, I haven't put the price up. Sky TV.
Oh, come on, we're not having that. We're having no Sky advertisement here. Anyway.
All right, well, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed our little review and character breakdown review kind of thing that we did as well. And we'll see you all hopefully soon, which I think we're going to touch on Mandalorian when we talk about Disney Plus.
Mandalorian's definitely up there. If we don't sneak out, maybe another little video beforehand, Mandalorian will be the next topic. So if you've not seen it, like me, or if you have, get your comments ready, get your little notepad, and we'll have a little discussion about it.
And I think we for the Mandalorian, because it's a TV series and we've never really touched on it. I don't think we've ever done a TV series before.
First one.
Which we're going to try out a new format, I think, with Mandalorian, where we're going to do kind of like a week of Mandalorian, if you like, where we'll have a couple of videos a day. And each video will be about an individual episode.
Yeah.
And I think there's about 16 episodes. So if we do 2 a day, it would actually work out. And what we'll do is we'll smash out the videos over a weekend and then we'll release them as we go. So look out for that one. That'll be interesting format, and let us know what you think about that idea before we do it as well, just so we don't waste the time and then it absolutely dies, I guess. So let us know what you think about that idea. Let us know if you're looking forward to that. Let us know in the comments down below as well what you thought to this video. Have a discussion about your thoughts on Leonardo DiCaprio's Oscar and Matthew McConaughey's Oscars win. And yeah, hit the subscribe, of course. Hit the like button, helps us out, gets us trending. Trending. Oh God, can you imagine that? Whoa, trending. My face on the trending screen. God. And your face, Dad. Sorry, I don't think about you. So yeah, do you want to put a tuppence in there, mate?
No, mate, that was a beautiful outro.
Yeah. That. All right. Well, thanks so much. And
fuck this. This is shit. Fucking 30 days, motherfuckers. Let me give you a little news flash. There ain't nothing out there can kill fucking Ron Woodruff in 30 days.